Hello everybody. This video will go through how to install a web app in DigitalOcean, and we're going to be working with installing WordPress on our DigitalOcean droplet. So the first thing we need is to go over to our DigitalOcean account, create a new droplet, or install LAMP if we have an existing droplet without LAMP on it. This could be easily done if you create a new droplet and fill out the droplet creation form, and at the end add the DigitalOcean, select the application tab and install LAMP with your droplet. And so let's get right to this tutorial. So the first thing we're going to be doing is running inside our droplet. So let's log in. So this is the first time I'm running this. Okay, so we're waiting. And here we are. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is to create a non-pseudo user for our droplet. Okay, so we'll need to have one of these availables, and let's do this right away. So first we have to log in. We already did that. Let's now create a user. For the purpose of this demonstration, we're going to add a user named demo. So demo, it's going to ask for a password, and let's create a password. Type it twice. You can leave all this empty. Permission correct? Yes. So we have that set up. Perfect. Now let's give this user the root privileges. So we're going to run, and when we're giving root privileges, we're basically giving them all the permissions to run most of the tasks. So we're going to give that information to our demo user with the following. Okay, great. Now, in our last step, we're going to exit, and notice that I'm running on my local machine, and I want to create a SSH key. Now, notice that probably most of us have this already done. If we have this done, we can skip this, and we're going to go straight into copying that key. However, if you don't have that key, run this command and follow the steps as it runs on your terminal. Okay, so let's go and open this real quick. So we can run this. And here's hard key. Notice that you'll have a different key. And now let's log in back into our server and switch users. So we're switching over to demo. That's our user. And let's create a directory, SSH. Let's give permission to that directory in order for us to write. Now let's open this, where we're going to save that copy key. Authorize _ keys. So I'm going to paste here. I'm going to type in Control X. Yes, I'm going to save. Okay, so now I'm going to change back the permissions to make it more restrict, so nobody come and change this. And now we go exit. Okay, so now what we're going to do is the following, and it's that we're going to create our MySQL database and user for WordPress. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is the following. So I'm going to type in MySQL -u roots p, and it's going to ask for a password. Now, where did I find this password? It's not the password you created for our demo user. Notice that when we log in into our Droplet, we get this welcome message. And notice that here on the fourth line, it says your MySQL root user password is this guy over here. So let's get inside this, guys. Remember that your password, you're typing your password as you go. The only thing is that you're not seeing it. So I'm already inside MySQL, and I'm going to create database, and I'm going to call it WordPress. Okay, so that's okay. Now I'm going to create a user, and we're going to create this, name this user WordPress user at localhost, identified by a password. And I'm going to type in password. I'm going to type in, change this a little bit, 1234. Okay, that's okay as well. And now I'm going to grant this user all privileges on the WordPress database. I'm going to flush privileges so it knows that changes were made, recent changes were made, and now we can exit. Okay, so let's make sure we're in the root directory, and let's download WordPress. Latest, tar, and there we go, we got it. Now let's extract this folder, so we're going to run tar xcbf latest tar, and there we go. Okay, so now we're going to get an update from all these files. So basically, we're getting a little bit more packages we need, so that's what we're doing right now. Once we get all those packages updated, we're going to install them. So I got apt-get, sudo apt-get install, PHP 5, GT, live SSH2, PHP. Yes. Okay, so now we're going to configure our WordPress. So let's just, okay, so this is finishing up. Perfect. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is to go inside our WordPress folder. Notice that when we install and extract the WordPress download, we got a WordPress folder in our root directory. So let's go inside this WordPress folder, and we're going to find, we want to change this file, the WP config sample. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to create a copy of that file, and we're going to name it, we're going to rename it, we're going to copy that information into the new file called wp-config.php without the dash sample. Then we're going to open that wp-config.php. Okay, so we get this, and notice that this is basically the base configuration of WordPress, where we have to define database name, our database user, and password. So let's change this here, and we're going to type here the following, and database name was WordPress, to type in WordPress. Our username here was WordPress user, and our password here was 1234. Okay, so Control X, yes, and enter. So those files were already, that file, we updated it, and save it. Okay, so now that we have that configured, we need to copy all this information into our Apache's document root, where it can be served to our visitors for our website. And one of the easiest ways of doing this is to run the rsync command. So what we're going to do is run sudo rsync -abp and root WordPress into and space all those stuff. We're going to move them into var www HTML directory. Enter. Whoops. So we had a real bit error here. Okay, so typo here. It's not capital V, it's small v. And now we copy everything into our root directory, and let's into our Apache's root directory. So let's go into that. So var www HTML. If I run this, notice that everything, we have them here. Okay, great, perfect. Okay, so now we have to change a little bit of ownership of our files for increased security. So we're going to sudo chown r. We're going to call in the first thing we created, that was our user, our non-sudo user, and we're going to give him a little bit of ownership here. That's it. And let's write it as well here for us as well. And now let's create a directory. So notice that I'm going to create a directory inside my WP content. Notice that here I have index.php plugins and themes, and I want to create a directory named uploads. So notice that now I have the uploads directory. Cool. Okay, and I'm going to go inside uploads, or let's just say I'm going to stay inside content, WP content, and I'm going to give some privileges to this folder here. Oops. One more W. Okay, and just to make sure, we're also going to run this command inside our uploads content, because we want this to be able to have permissions in order to upload contents directly from WordPress. Okay, so this is giving an error because we already did this from WP content. So we're good there. Okay, so step 5, and it's basically to complete now our installation from our IP address. So let's type in my IP address on my browser. Okay, so I'm having little problems with my Wi-Fi, so let me just Update. Okay, so it's coming through. Okay, so I have here. So WordPress. I'm going to select English, right? And right side title, demo, and install WordPress. It's that easy. Okay, and this is a great tool. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Log in, and here we go. We have our WordPress set up. Okay, so let's see how our site looks like. So if we're going to log out of the administrator panel or backend and go back into our website. So this is our website, but notice that we're still running this on the IP address. Let's change this to our subdomain. I already created mine in my subdomain. Notice that it's Webapp at the IP address. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that inside our terminal. I'm going to clear this. I'm going to log in again into my root, and I'm going to go into the Apache 2 sites available. And notice that I want to copy this conf file with the 00 default. So I'm going to create a copy of the 00 default, and I'm going to create my new conf file, configuration file. So studios.com.conf. And notice that I created that copy, and I'm going to edit this now. Okay, so this is something we've seen before. I'm going to type in my email here, and I'm going to type Fernando at gentlegeekstudios.com. I'm going to leave this like this. I'm going to tell this directory to point to my directory index, my PHP file, and I'm going to type in a server name that's known as webapp.gentlegeekstudios.com. I'm going to Control X, save, exit, and go back here, and I'm going to type here webapp.gentlegeekstudios.com and wait for it. Oh, it's not going to work yet. Why not? Because we still have to attach this, enable this new virtual host file, and restart Apache. So let's do that. Let's sudo to a2 and site webapp.com. Enter. Yep. And now sudo service Apache 2 restart. And this runs, we get this OK message. What is OK? We're set to go. Now, I hope that this video helped you out understanding how to run through the process of creating a Droplet, non-pseudo user, and installing a web app inside your DigitalOcean Droplet. So have fun with this and good luck. Bye-bye.